What's up, everybody? Welcome to Podcast Now. I'm Alex, and in this video, I want to talk about Tony Todd's hint at a Venom game, but also Spider-Man seemingly appearing in it. Now, Tony Todd tends to be the best leaker of them all because it seems like the man just doesn't care, or really, he's probably just not leashed up, right? Like, he doesn't really know the intricacies of the gaming industry, that you're not really supposed to say certain things, but the guy's done this before, and I'm not that mad. In fact, I'm actually quite impressed by it. So, it's Yuri Lowenthal's birthday. Happy birthday to him. And for that, we got this tweet from Tony Todd. And he says, happy birthday, 2 major projects down and counting. Can't wait to toast with a great scotch. And, well, there's only really one line. Okay, well, happy birthday to him. That's kind of important. But there's really only one line that's kind of important to us right now. And it's 2 major projects and counting. Now, I would like to throw in, because obviously we kind of know what he's hinting at in the beginning, and counting. When I hear that phrase, I tend to go to, that means there's more afterwards. So that's just something to kind of keep in mind, whether there'd be a Venom 2 game or like Venom would be in Spider-Man 3, maybe not as like a main thing, but as like a side thing. That's something to keep in mind, although it's not, again, the most important part about what he said, right? The most important part about what he said was the beginning part, 2 major projects down. Now, to my knowledge right now, and to the internet's knowledge right now, they've only been in one thing together, and that was Marvel Spider-Man 2. 2 projects down. Again, he's done this before. This is the Venom game. Now, that's not surprising, and that's not, I would say, you could say that's the biggest part of this. I would say, look, we got the leak, and without going too much into it, because I know, Insomniac's take it enough because of all this stuff, right? There's going to be a Venom game, and it seems like the year is very up in the air. Maybe it comes out before Wolverine, maybe it comes out after Wolverine, but it's happening. You knew that, we knew that, but now he throws a hint out where it's like, if you didn't know that, now you're thinking, okay, well, 2 major projects. Either he's talking about a Spider-Man 3, he's talking about a spin-off thing, or he's talking about Venom, which kind of is a spin-off thing, right? And I guess the other big thing to throw in would be, well, he's talking about working with Yuri, which means that Yuri did lines for that game. So that's, to me, at least right now, that is the biggest thing of value that we kind of learned from this hint, this rumor, whatever you want to call it, is that, Peter would come back. Because there's been a lot of speculation, obviously, to how Marvel Spider-Man 2 ended. And I do think you have to be careful with that, because while you probably do want Peter and Spider-Man, right, to jump in, if you need him in one of these spin-off games, you got to be careful because of how you ended his, retirement, taking a break type thing with Miles taking over. Do you have him jump back in for a one-off crime spree type thing, then he goes back into his little hiatus, and then he comes back out again for 3 when, say, Green Goblin and Doc Ock strike or something, right? So that is something, just from the lore and the story perspective, I do think you have to be careful, because the more side things that you do between now and Spider-Man 3, the more times you potentially have to have him coming in. Now, I guess you don't have to. He could simply be, maybe you play as Venom and you play as Miles a little bit, and then you got, Yuri as Peter, on the phone, and there's some dialogue lines. I mean, would you consider that working with them, or do they have to kind of communicate with each other? If they have to communicate with each other, then you imagine Peter literally, puts on the suit and is in the suit, and then Venom is Venom. So that's how I look at it. I would just assume he comes, out of the hiatus and back into the suit, and then maybe goes back again. That's just something we'll have to kind of speculate and wonder as we get closer. So there you go. In case you didn't believe the leak or any of that stuff, now you have, I guess, not a confirmation, but just another added sign that these 2 work together. There's really only one way that could have happened. So let me know what you guys think. Make sure, as always, you're subscribed to the channel, bell icon turned on. I hope to see you all on the next one.